Manjhi Moves a Mountain by Nancy Chernin, illustrated by Danny Popovici. Deep in the heart of India, a mighty mountain separated two villages. On Manjhi's side, nothing grew. People were hungry. Children gave up walking the 40 long miles to school on the other side of the mountain. Adults groaned on the jagged, long climb to plow the fields or shop at the market. On the other side, rice and wheat flowered and flourished. People's bellies were full, and their pockets jangled with money. Every day, Manjhi paused at the top of the mountain to catch his breath and gaze at the two villages. Why should some people have so much and others so little? Manjhi tried to think of an answer as he made his way down the mountain to plant and harvest on the other side. If only the two villages were closer. If only the road between them were easier. If only there were a way to move the mountain. Frustrated, he picked up a stone and threw it down. Crack! He saw a sprinkle of powder. He knelt down and felt it between his fingers. That was it. Manjhi hurried to his hut to search for something to trade. He had nothing anyone would want except 3 goats. He gently looped ropes around their necks and searched until he found someone who would trade a worn hammer and chisel for them. He hurried back to the top of the mountain. He positioned the chisel. He aimed, he swung the hammer. Clink! Powdered rock and tiny chips sprayed. Over and over Manjhi hung, swung until it was too dark to see. Clink, clank, clunk. His sweaty, throbbing fingers rubbed the rough rock. He felt a dent. It was small and bumpy, but it was there. 2 inches, 3 inches. His shoulders ached. His head pounded, but his heart was lighter. He picked his way down the mountain and across the dirt path. He tumbled into bed. All too soon a rooster crowed. Manjhi rubbed his eyes. His hands were raw with blisters. Still he climbed the mountain. He gripped the hammer and pounded the chisel for hours. Hold, aim, swing. Then he scrambled down to hoe, water, and weed on the other side. As soon as he could, he rushed back up. Hold, aim, swing. Day after day, Manjhi clutched the hammer and chisel. Hold, aim, swing. Night after night, he slid dusty fingers into the hole, measuring 1 foot, 2 feet. After a week, he could crouch inside. 4 feet, 5 feet. You're crazy, people told him. A man can't change a mountain. It's there before he's born and after he dies. But Manjhi could see something they couldn't. The parting of the mountain into 2 great halves, with a road in between. A road where people could get to work, to market, to school, even to the hospital more easily. Nothing could stop him. Not words, not time, not even the mountain, which sent chips and powder tumbling down his shoulders, whitening his hair. A year passed. Every day Manjhi was a little stronger, and a hole a little deeper and longer. 10 feet forward, 20 feet forward. 10 years passed. Still it was too far for the children to walk to school. The sick often couldn't get to the clinic in time, and the villagers spent countless hours climbing to work in the fields and shop in the markets. But Manjhi didn't slow down. Hold, aim, swing. He pushed forward, 30 feet forward, 50 feet forward. The sides of the hole towered over his body. After 15 years, people started to see what he had done, to see what he had seen. Adults who had been children when he began marveled. Children who had never known a time when he wasn't striking the mountain watched in awe. 100 feet forward, 200 feet forward. Now each time he returned to his task, Manjhi could see that helping hands had made the hole a little longer than he had left it. He found food waiting for him, too. Baskets of warm roti dripping with melted ghee. Tins of spicy dal tickled his nose. Once he unwrapped a cloth to find a shiny new hammer and chisel glinting in the sun. By the 22nd year, whispers swept through both villages. Every day, more people gathered. Parents lifted little ones onto their shoulders so they could see the other side. They wondered if this would be the day. Hold, aim, swing. Men, women, children held their breath. Manjhi could hear his heart beating as loudly as the hammer hitting the rock. Hold, aim, swing. Swoosh! It was a mighty mountain. Where once a mighty mountain stood, there was nothing but open space and broken rocks. Manjhi looked from one village to the other, but for the first time there weren't two villages. There was just one, sharing water, hopes, dreams, and a man who had moved a mountain. Dashrath Manjhi was born in 1934 and died August 17, 2007, at the age of 73. Using only a chisel and a hammer, he took 22 years from 1960 to 1982 to cut a road 360 feet long, 30 feet high, and 25 feet wide through a mountain that blocked Galar, his village near Gaya in Bihar, India.